Hello.
And welcome to Film Bastards.
Mark and I just had quite a wide-ranging conversation for about half an hour. We don't usually talk much pre-record, but we kind of got into it. Talked about all sorts of things, like the situation in with Iran at the moment. With
Can I just add
missiles.
something that's quite amusing with that?
Please.
Iran have qualified for the World Cup next year.
Yeah, brilliant. That's going to go. What's Gianni Infantino going to say about that then? God knows he's been chatting enough bollocks over the last week.
Yeah.
But you know, and it moved through several phases. In, you know, talking about Mark coming to Cardiff next week for Oasis and whatnot, and what we're expecting of the gig, through to a man nailing his dick to a piece of wood with a bucket of worms on the end of it, and there's going to be no further context.
Yep.
I'm Ian Loring, and he's
Matt Foster. Hello, everybody.
and welcome to episode 589 of Film Bastards. Becky is incoming, like the force of nature that she is. Storm Foster will be here to discuss 28 weeks later, a chilling documentary beamed from the future.
Yep.
Where, to be honest, the ending of 28 years later, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody actually tried to do that and was like, oh, if you have a problem with this, you're trying to cancel me. We'll get into it. That is the only main review, isn't it?
It is indeed, yeah. I had that worried earlier today. I was like, wait a minute, shit, is it the only main review?
Yep. No, all good. Don't know if we'll talk trailers, actually.
I have seen a couple. Two, to be honest.
Okay. Maybe
Three.
I have as well.
Three, I've seen three.
Three. We'll find out together. We'll talk about like what else we've been watching and whatnot. Might be a shorter show. It's only been 5 days since we recorded, but who knows? We are a Pod Syndicate podcast, so please do listen to like-minded shows such as Chin Stroker vs. Punter, The Rewatch Project, The Good, Bad, The Odd, Entertainment Landfill, and that's all of the preamble out the way. Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's, you know, mental health can be a tricky thing, and at the moment, with everything going on in the world, absolutely. I'm just going to say there won't be a World War III because the folks who pull those kinds of strings won't risk an economic collapse.
No.
It's not going to happen. Every side has got too much tied up in so many different pies. The world is so interconnected these days that shit just ain't happening.
No, it's not a thing that could happen in our halcyon days.
Yeah, what days we live in.
What days, indeed.
Indeed. So let's get away from that though. Let's talk about the free trailers Mark watched that I might have watched.
The Ice Road Vengeance.
What? Hang on. No. Is this the Ice Road 2?
Yeah.
The trailer came out for that.
Yeah.
Is he in it again?
Yeah.
When did this trailer come out?
About an hour and a half ago.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough then. Right. I can't remember a fucking thing about the Ice Road. But
Me neither,
I know
but
we reviewed it.
We reviewed it, and I remember thinking it was all right.
It's called the Ice Road Vengeance.
Yes. So this time he stops a kidnapping when he's on a bus taking him to the base camp of Everest. And then he's on the run in the bus with the guy who was trying to be kidnapped.
The guy who's trying to be kidnapped.
Yeah. We're not trying to kidnap. The guy who somebody is trying to kidnap.
I mean, that would have been a definition busting kidnapping. That. So,
that would have been some Big Lebowski-esque motherfucking. She kidnapped herself.
No, exactly. Fuck it. The Ice Road. It was Liam Neeson, and he had a brother who, like, was mentally challenged or something.
Something like. The problem is, so many of these Liam Neeson ones blur into one.
I mean, yeah, they really do.
I do like the fact that he's retired from action. How many years ago was that?
Yeah.
The thing is, it looks fine. Like, I mean, it's going to be a streaming one. It's not going to be a cinema one. But I'll happily watch it on a Tuesday night.
Oh.
Or I'll happily watch it at work.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fine.
In the canteen, folks, by the way, not while he's working.
No, in the canteen. Yeah. But yeah, I'm fine with it. How about it?
I think I'm fine with it as well.
Yep.
Oh, fucking hell. Sorry. Thing just flashed up on my Athletic notifications. Mullin from Wrexham's signed with Wigan on loan.
Yeah.
Huh. Wigan aren't in the Championship, are they?
No, in League One, I think.
He's got to be fucking pissed that he's put in. Like, he was their big, like, came down from a couple of divisions higher, and he doesn't get to, play with them in the Championship.
No, I think something's gone on, I think.
Yeah, because I know he's been a bit shit, but, yeah. Okay, anyway, sorry. That God knows we tangented enough off mic, so, yeah. At least he was in Deadpool and Wolverine, eh?
Well, yeah, he'll always have that.
Yeah.
The second Weapons trailer.
There's a new Weapons trailer.
Yeah, it releases a little bit more about what the story is.
Oh, I don't think I want to know.
Then I won't tell you. But it looks good.
Yeah. No,
I'm down for it.
This is out the week that we're going out to my mum's old place, but I've looked it up already, and it is due for a Spanish release the same weekend.
Oh, nice.
And I'm pretty sure it won't be dubbed. So,
a person during the trailer of that, we saw it before, 28 years later. A person just went, as it was as the trailer finished, just went, "But why is it called Weapons?" But like in a really concerned way. like they'd watched it really intensely and it got to them.
I mean, it's not the most fitting title for that for the trailer and what the plot is, unless it is those kids are now weapons.
Yeah, so that's the intriguing bit. Is what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, the fact that Cregger got so much money for it, there was a bit of a bidding war for it based off of the screenplay, which you never fucking hear about for a horror film. And the word on it, and just like the way he described it as like basically Magnolia if it were a horror film. Like, that is a great description for a film I want to see.
Yeah. Just as long as it's not 3 hours long.
I don't know.
I mean, I'd take it.
I mean, I think I'd take it. Like, Barbarian's on Netflix at the moment. I'm kind of like, how the fuck has that not had like an Arrow release or something yet?
It's weird, isn't it? But I mean, the cast on that on Weapons is really good.
And I love as well that Josh Brolin has already been out there saying, like, this is the kind of role that doesn't come along very often. And, you know, I was really, really pleased to be doing it. And I think apparently Pedro Pascal was going to do it and then dropped out. So, thank fuck.
Thank God, yeah.
I'm being a bit bitchy here. Kind of loving how people are like, yeah, he's shitting materialists.
Yeah. It's not landed that, has it?
No, even though apparently it's because they've trailered it as a rom-com, and then you watch it and it's like it's not fucking funny,
Yeah.
but it's not supposed to be.
Yeah,
And they've kind of done a bait and switch on people.
And it is a little bit like that. And it's like the problem is I don't mind trailers tricking you and then getting you to sit down to watch it and it being something else. However, I do think that's a little bit mean-spirited when you're getting people who think they're going in for like a rom-com and they're just getting what apparently is quite a ploddy and not very funny and quite mean-spirited at points film.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit like, well, no, because you're getting people to go there for a good time and then you're getting a misery and acting all clever about it. How's that getting people to the cinema again? It's like, well done. Congratulations. You're real fucking cool.
Yeah, and apparently Dakota Johnson not great in it as well. I like Dakota Johnson. I could see her not being great in a film where she's got to like basically choose between Pedro Pascal and Chris Evans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny enough, my third trailer is actually a Dakota Johnson film.
Cha Cha Real Smooth 2, Smooth Choo Choo.
Unfortunately, not quite yet. No. It is the film Splitsville.
Okay, yeah, don't know what this is.
Right, I didn't until I started watching the trailer. So this one is an unromantic comedy. It's described as, and it's about some friends, one of whom's wife tells him that she's wants a divorce because she's cheating on him. So he goes to see his other friend to kind of confide in her to say, what do I do? And she's like, well, we're not really up on that relationship stuff because we have an open relationship. And then this all happens in the trailer, by the way. He ends up sleeping with her, Dakota Johnson, and it turns out the relationship isn't as open as they claimed it was, and there's just all this fucking madness. And the trailer looks fucking bonkers, but I was watching it going, this looks fucking great. It just looks batshit. And I'm kind of there for it.
Who else is in it?
Kyle Marvin, who was... I've seen him in stuff before, but I don't know what I've seen him in.
Kyle Marvin.
Dakota Johnson, the Adria Arona.
Is
she
Hitman?
Yes,
she was in Hitman. Yeah.
Isn't she now rumoured to be the next Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's it. Nicholas Braun's in it.
Him from Succession and Saturday Night. Yeah.
Yeah, been in quite a few other bits. Just real tall. He's got quite a good dry wit about him. I quite liked him stuff I've seen him in. And Michael Angelo Cavino is the writer-director. He did that film The Climb from a couple of years ago.
Okay, yeah.
A man who I look at his picture on Wikipedia and I don't feel too bad about the way I look now at my age because he's 2 years younger than me.
Alright, I'm in. Right, so Michelangelo Cavino.
Yes. Yeah, you'll look at him and you'll be like, fuck off, he's not... He doesn't... The picture they've picked for Wikipedia doesn't do the boy much favours.
What's Cavino spelt like?
Covino. Michael Angelo Cavino.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, he's 41, but born the same year as me, so not that much older than me.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, like on Google, some of the images that like come up of him, I was like, he doesn't look that bad at first, and then he looks like me.
Well, he looks in his picture on Wikipedia like Rufus Sewell's older brother.
That's
And Rufus Sewell's 57.
Man, I tell you what, and I say this as someone who's just admitted defeat, but when you've got a hairline like that and scraggly hair like that, mate, just shave it off.
Mate, I wish I had the confidence to do that, and I don't.
Yeah, I know, but you wear a cap all the time. You're all right.
Yeah. Like, and my continual thing about the fact that it's okay to just mention the fact that people are bald, like, directly to them, and they have to just take it in the spirit. Whereas if I went up to somebody who was fat and just went, "You ain't fat, cunt," I would be a bit offensive.
You really rock a shaved head, though.
I hate it.
You look real sexy.
Thank you. I don't believe you, but thank you.
I think you do. Rocking that neo-Nazi vibe with the beard and the shaved
Yeah, cheers for that.
I actually thought that was sincere then.
No, it genuinely was. I was just making him feel bad. Genuinely.
I feel like he'd rock a bald head, though.
Mark?
Yeah.
He has got a bald head. He does shave his head.
Hang on a second. But you have a cap on all the time.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, he must get
You shave
cold.
your head?
Yeah?
Well,
Do
I
you?
shave your head.
Well, Becky shares my idea.
Can't do the back.
Oh, mate, why don't you get one of those, like, skull, like, shaver things?
I've got one. The problem is, it cuts too close, so my head literally goes, like, red, doesn't it? From rash on it.
Really?
Yeah. It's why I can't, like, I mean, I prefer having a beard, but it's why I can't shave, because, like, I get really bad shave rash.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, you with the beard's you, so don't ever change
I won't ever
that.
change that, no way.
I don't think I ever clocked that you shave your head.
Yeah. Well, you will do in just over a week's time.
Yeah.
Hey, Ian, can I
But,
ask you a
I
serious
always-
question?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Mark's passport photo?
I actually think I can imagine it.
Oh my god, right now, hang on.
Becky's literally got to get my passport so she can send you a photo of it, because it's haunting.
Terrifying.
I feel like I need to put it up as like the episode art for this episode.
Genuinely.
Do you know what?
Whenever we go through customs, he gets funny looks.
Yeah, I do. Literally, people go, "That's not done you any favours, has it?"
I mean, I look like a fucking hooligan.
I look like I've kidnapped Liam Neeson's daughter.
He does look like a trafficker, for sure. Why that face? Honestly, man.
I think it's because of the beard. I just assumed it was under there as well. Oh, it's incoming. Oh, I can't wait. I've literally got the WhatsApp open, like waiting for like the ... from Becky.
Oh, I've sent it to Mark instead.
Yeah, you sent it to me. You want me to send my image of my own face?
And an extreme close-up.
I look so tired.
Fucking hell. Oh, mate. I mean, you look like a fucking cult leader from the 70s. Oh, no.
I have to go through passport control with that.
Oh, Mark, I feel like you need to actually... I feel like you actually need to pay to change that, mate. Like... The way... No, I'm sorry, but the way the world is going at the moment, you are going to get stopped for random checks every time you go through security.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun.
He's staring into your soul, Ian.
Yeah, no, I mean, the look. How hard were you concentrating?
Part of it's because he can't see without his glasses. He's like Thomas J.
Yeah, alright.
Oh, fucking hell.
Fucking hell, Mark. That's spectacular.
Yep.
Oh, God, I can't stop looking at it.
Jesus fucking Christ. You look like you could be the Zodiac.
Oh, dear.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, mate, and the thing is, it's like, because I think you're a genuinely good-looking dude as well, you know. So I think like I can take the piss out of that.
Oh, absolutely, you can. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, like Jesus wept.
It's bad, isn't it?
it might be worth paying to get
The last time we went in April, wasn't it? The woman actually went, "Oh my." She went, "It's bad, isn't it?" And she went, "I mean, I'm not supposed to comment, but yeah, that is not, that's not doing you any favours, that."
No.
You got pulled as well, didn't you, coming back into the UK? You got pulled off to one
Of course
side.
he did.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Oh, dearie me. It's hilarious.
Mate, you're going to get pulled aside. Yeah, alright. I'm kind of glad I'm not flying with you when we go to Milan.
Don't blame you.
I love how we just sat here laughing at Mark's passport photo where, World War III is like breaking out at the moment.
Oh, we've covered that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's World War III is not going to happen because too many economic fingers in too many economic pies.
Yeah. Oh, we've only
It's
just...
going to be rough,
yeah,
but it's not going to be that.
We've only just finished trailers and we only talked about 3.
I mean, Iran's attacked US bases in Qatar.
Yeah. Well, let's not get into that.
I bet our anxious little baby's not having a good time.
No.
Oh, dear. Anyway, yeah. Mark's passport photo's funny. Not even funny, really. Like, the stuff of nightmares.
But I mean, Donald Trump has attacked the media on his Truth Social platform, claiming the sites that we hit in Iran were totally destroyed, and everyone knows it.
Which means they weren't.
Yeah, I mean, Iran's basically gone, nah.
Iran even released a photo of one of them going, "It's fine, mate.
She's fine."
Just presidential as fuck, that, innit?
Yeah.
Everyone knows it.
He's such a wanker.
Jesus wept. Right. Okay, Bex is here, so
Hi.
let's do the main review.
Yes."
Hello, Bex.
Hello.
Right. Pardon me. So, it's time. Full motherfucking spoilers.
Yep.
Giving that warning, unlike the cunt who on the blank check Reddit straight up had a photo of what a character was dressed like at the end of the film, asked a question about the context, and then in the first line of the post said, "Sorry for the spoiler."
Ugh, dickhead.
But then every time somebody was then commenting back saying, like, just take it down, they were like, "Oh, well, it's not really a big thing," and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, "What are you doing?" Anyway, so full spoilers all the time, and there is spoilery stuff about this film. There really is. So 28 Years Later is directed by Danny Boyle and stars... I'm going to put some respect on his name. It doesn't start... The main person is not the people on the poster.
Nope.
No.
It is... oh, God. Why is Donna sending me a link to an Amazon Basics TV wall bracket? Would this work for Lottie's TV? Fuck me.
Did you want your TV had just fallen down?
Oh, I did wonder. Right, sorry. God, my heart skipped a beat then. But yeah, no, Alfie Williams is very much the star of this film. But also there are Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Jodie Comer, and Ralph Fiennes. 28 years later, a group of survivors of the rage virus live on a small island. When two of the group leave the island on a mission into the mainland, they, not he, what the hell, discover secrets, wonders, and horrors that have mutated not only the infected, but other survivors. No, they haven't.
Mm-hmm. Not really.
No, the infected have been mutated. That's an awful summary.
Yeah.
Right. 28 years later, I'm going to start by saying I'm a big boy and I didn't actually find this particularly scary. I really, really liked it, and we'll get into it, but man, had I built it up in my head. And the bit that I'd really built up was over in the first, 30 seconds, and you don't even see anything. So, That was great. Becky.
I mean, are you saying you wanted to see those children get eaten?
No, I was building it up in my head that it was going to be horrible.
Oh, okay.
And all you see is, like, basically the infected kind of, like, burst in, and then there's a shot of the Teletubbies, there's maybe a shot of blood, and then that's it. It's done. So that was fine. Those kids really did look scared, though. Like, that was rough.
They did a real good little job there, like, for their little bit part that they have. I think those kids just sat there watching, and then their faces just gradually becoming more and more distraught. I thought that was really, really well done.
There's one of them that is doing a shit job. One of them is so bad. The rest of them are alright, but I couldn't tell. I had the one that was really bad.
Yeah, that was over pretty quickly, and it was just the fact that then it was like 28 years later. This isn't a society that feels like it could happen straight away. Anyway, like, at least straight away, so I can deal with that. Because the thing is, I tell you what, if the rage virus ever did anything over here, I'd be like, I'm fucked. And, like, there we are, job done. So I wouldn't have to worry about what comes after.
Do you know what, right? So before we actually get into the film itself, I always say with zombie movies, find a house with a loft. Zombies are not clever enough to get into lofts. And the bit where they're doing alright before the house collapses is when they find a house and get in the fucking loft.
Do you know where the best place to go to is?
Where?
Service stations. They're miles away from anywhere. They've got good visibility. They've got roofs that you can get onto. And you have food within it. Go to a fucking service station.
Finite food, but then you're in the middle of nowhere.
It's more food than we have in our cupboards, wouldn't it? And we've got a loft.
We do have a loft.
Service stations.
Have you not seen Dawn of the Dead?
What? That's a mall.
Going to a shopping place
That's a mall.
seems like a bad idea.
Service stations. Telling you, they'll work.
I was telling our beam guy when I collected the beams this morning, we were talking about zombie apocalypse. Horse and a machete.
Pause. What's a beam guy?
Oh, so you know like when you have like a stove in your fireplace?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And then you know the wooden bit across the top, the beam?
I thought you said BEAN.
Oh, no, sorry. BEAM for mother.
I was just like, what? Like, do you get like really pure grade haricot beans or something? Sorry, that makes way more sense.
No, I wasn't thinking.
You were telling your beam guy. I apologise.
Yeah. Horse and a machete. That's what you need.
No.
You can't run out of bullets in a machete, and you can't run out of petrol in a horse.
But a horse can run out of horse.
It can't run out of fucking horse.
It can.
Yeah, but if a horse trips up, it's basically fucked.
Yeah.
Just
They're not bright.
They are bright.
They're not. I've seen horses before.
Have you met one?
Yeah, I've met yours.
When you introduced?
Yeah, you did actually introduce me to the horse.
Yeah, Kaylee, this is Mark. Yeah, horse and a machete.
Did the horse just take a massive shit on him?
I mean, she looked at him with disdain.
Yeah.
What have you fucking saddled yourself with here, woman?
Yeah.
That kind of shit. And then, if she was still around, I'd show her that passport photo and she'd be like, I fucking told you.
Well, you can't, because she's dead.
She is dead. Poor baby. Film.
Oh, that's interesting.
My thoughts are more complicated on it than they were last night. My thoughts after we'd seen it were, I liked it for the most part and I hated the ending. The ending's just fucking shit. It's incongruous to the rest of the film and I didn't like it. I didn't need a little fucking comedy moment at the end. But it's just a bit... I don't know really. It's very good and there's certain elements of it that are very good. I think the acting in it's all very good. I think the story's decent of his taking his mum to try and see Ray Fiennes to get her a cure and he's not actually mental, he's just like honouring the dead, which, good for him. That element of it was good. I think the fact that you've got fast zombies and slow zombies is a bit like, yeah, but why though? Why are there suddenly
zombie
slow
evolution
as well? It's not been long enough for evolution.
Zombieland it could be.
And then the alphas, it doesn't really explain them.
It does. That the mutation causes some to like basically bulk up like steroids.
Like me with my protein gains.
Like your protein gains.
Yeah, Austin Powers his Swedish dick enlarger as well.
Oh my god, so much zombie dick.
It's a lot of zombie dick in it.
There's some proper flapping.
Yeah, just swinging in the wind. I don't know. I'm disappointed in it, I think.
Really?
But then I don't know what I expected, because like 28 days later is very good. 28 weeks later is not great.
The thing is, and so just to kind of follow that train of thought for a second, I feel like the marketing has like presented that film kind of like as it is, but also not. Where it's weird. Like the trailers are odd and like make you pay attention, but they're also presenting a way more disturbing, creepy experience.
Well, I think from what I thought was going to happen from the trailer, it does seem like you've got a township that is on this island that is separated from it, and then all these things are going to start attacking it. Possibly led on by a batshit Ray Fiennes. But there's hardly anything actually on the island.
And I mean, I feel like maybe half, or if not more than half, of the time the infected are on screen is in the first act.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not around that much, no.
I think where it fails for me is you've got essentially 1, 2, 3, 4 and a bit storylines running, but not simultaneously. It does a bit of one, then it does a bit of another, then it does a bit of another, then it does the other bit, and then it introduces the one for the next movie. And it's like, because of that, it never spends enough time with anything, so everything feels skimmed over. The township and the way they've survived and him going off for his training with his dad, skimmed over. The stuff with his mum, skimmed over. The alphas and the fact that, holy shit, they can actually reproduce, skimmed over.
But
the Ray Fiennes bit is probably the bit that he spends the most time with, but even that's skimmed over. Like, he just discovers a dead person within like half an hour. They're skinned, they're on his fucking pyre, they're having a lovely time just looking out over the countryside. And then you've got the fucking shite at the end. And the annoying thing to me is I wouldn't have even been dissecting it in this much detail had that ending not existed. I would have just come out of it and gone, well, that was a rip-roaring fucking time, wasn't it? And just enjoyed it and not really thought too much about my gripes that were existing, but I was happy enough to let them go. But that ending is so fucking crap.
Yeah, but I like it.
No.
I like it. There's a fun element to it that is a bit like, oh, I see what you've done here.
It didn't need to be fun. It's a zombie movie. It's about a fucking zombie apocalypse and people trying to survive. It doesn't need a bunch of fucking idiots in velour tracksuits.
Yeah, but the whole idea that it's like what we know about Jimmy Savile now wasn't known then.
Well, no, it wasn't. But I mean, and yeah, there would be in this scenario. There would be some people just like thriving and having fun with it and taking out zombies and just like just being a gang of Jimmy Saviles, probably, even with what we know about him, because there's enough fucked up people in the world.
But at this point, we didn't. We thought that they thought that he was a good dude.
I know. But at the same time, it's a very serious, quite introspective movie, and then it's got that fucking ending, and it feels tonally like a slap in the face.
I disagree with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was the Big Picture podcast that like somebody described it as being like a bit of a record scratch at the end, and it is, and it is like Beck's not gonna say your opinion's invalid or anything like that. You know, it's like, I get it. Like, if you're not in like buying what it's selling, that ending has got to be fucking like, no, fuck you. I suppose, like, it, and again, it's kind of like with the marketing of the film, it makes you think it's going to be like infected, and it's not. And it feels like Garland and Boyle are more interested in telling a different story, and this is going to be... You've got them doing Power Rangers moves with apparently music in the background that is a sped up version of the Teletubbies theme tune.
Yeah.
And these guys are dressed as Jimmy Savile, and it's what this pocket of kids, basically lost boys in this society, what they've grown up to be. And I think the Jimmy Savile thing almost just feels like a massive if you know, you know.
Yeah.
About what they're gonna be like. And I think that's really interesting. I'd also say it's more interesting than Cillian Murphy comes to save him at the end, then it cuts to credits.
Yeah, which you were a little bit worried about. But I did think, like, during it, I was like, hang on a minute. Getting towards the end, I was like, where's Jack O'Connell in this? Like, I was wondering that. And then, there he is. And you know that it's a misdirection that... Because the film kind of goes, you reckon Aaron Taylor-Johnson's the kid from the beginning, don't you? And you're like, no. I mean, too obvious. It's like, yeah, we thought you might think that.
I mean... And that like, I liked the Aaron Taylor-Johnson arc. Like, the you know, he probably had that kid with Jodie Comer, like pretty young in that society.
Yeah.
Where it's all, like, you know, they're sent out to kind of, like, protect and hunt and gather young and kind of indoctrinated into very English boozy kind of culture,
yeah.
and all that, you know, all that kind of stuff, and like the picture of Queen Elizabeth on the wall, and how it you know, things have kind of regressed but also not, because it's like their Friday night looks like a Friday night down a pub.
But Ian, it has regressed, because I don't know if maybe you missed it, but there's a lot of medieval imagery showing throughout the start of the movie. Flashes a lot to some knights and some bows and arrows and stuff, just in case you missed it.
Bit of a hat on a hat with that, yeah. Like the cuttings are like footage of like Henry V, I think it was, and like shots of like the war. And and then it was cutting with that like infrared footage of the infected, which I thought was interesting, but it's a bit like, what's going on? It's very Danny Boyle. All of that is very fucking Danny Boyle.
He's an imagery bastard without people actually ever giving him kind of like thinking he is, to be honest.
I mean, the stuff with Jodie Comer and like when she's euthanized essentially, and the sparks going up in the air. And the music kind of crescendo in felt a bit Canada. What can you see from Sunshine? Not hitting that level for me. Don't get me wrong, but he's doing that, you know, and it's very, very Danny Boyle. But to Bex's point, you know, it is. I don't think it's quite the film that you are expecting, and if you don't vibe with that, man, yeah, I could see why you'd be a bit like, oh, fuck off. I could.
No, yeah, that's it. I think it's whether or not you're in with it. I think you enjoyed bits, didn't you, Bex?
Loads of bits of it that I enjoyed, but just the ending and the sledgehammer to a walnut fucking look, they've regressed back to like medieval times. Look, they're having to do things like in the olden times. Look, do you get it, everyone? Look at these knights. It was just a bit like, oh, fucking come on, yeah, we get it. We can get it from the bow and arrow. We can
but
make
then
that
also,
connection.
What about Eric and his girlfriend?
That was mint.
That was fucking good.
What's wrong with her?
Yeah, that was very fun.
That's what happens when my friend eats shellfish.
But the thing is, he's never. That kid will have never, because he's grown up in that. Like I said, he'll have never come across anybody who is going to be shitty to you.
Well, the thing is, I genuinely love that bit with Eric, whatever the fuck he calls himself. When he's saying about like Instagram and like being a bike courier, and, like all this kind of stuff, and it's just like it really kind of like
online.
Oh, shit, yeah, like this is just Britain.
Yeah,
like the rest of the world's like it is for us.
Yeah,
but
it's a good way.
That's a really good bit.
It's a good way of within the film writing and for director of reminding you that.
Yeah.
Because I think it's too easy. It would be too easy to fall into the whole idea of that.
I do like the way that they just very quickly put paid to the end of 28 weeks. They're just like, yeah, in Europe they beat it back. All right, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. Look, England was fucked really, really fast, but France, they take care of that shit. It was knocked down. Don't worry about it.
There was an element of that, yeah. It's quite fun. I enjoyed it. I liked it. There's a few problems I have with it. I like the end. I think it makes me interested for what the fuck Neil DaCosta's going to do. Because I think that could be interesting. But then it also makes me go, oh, hang on a minute. That idea, I think, could be more interesting from a different filmmaker than Danny Boyle.
An American dealing with that
Yeah.
is fucking fascinating.
I would love to have been Garland and Boyle when they were trying to explain it. And like having to go through all of these things without going, I am not on board with this, but let's go.
It's interesting as well that the next one is called the Bone Temple, because it's like, we know what the Bone Temple is. It was quite a heavy focus, like late on in the film.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's got any relevance to Jack O'Connell's character whatsoever.
Nope.
So, what are we doing?
Don't know, but it's going to be... I feel like it's going to be... It's a bit of a bonkers movie, overall. It's throwing a lot of shit at the screen.
Yeah.
And I quite like that. I quite like that I also like the fact that in 28 years later, there's not that many callbacks or bounce backs to the other two movies. It's not just pure... There's no Easter egg hunt here.
No.
Yeah.
It's... It very much is just... No. Set in the same universe, continuing a story. There's not any of that bullshit, though. We're not interested in that. We're interested in telling a new story. I do disagree with you on one thing, though, Bex.
What? You just don't like Jodie Comer.
I'm sorry. I think she's shit.
I thought she was really good in this.
I think she's just... I need her to stop constantly doing a voice.
She's supposed to be from Newcastle.
No, but... Yeah, but... Just... Everything is... She just has to do an accent in everything. And it's just getting a little bit like... I think I said this to you when we came out of the cinema. I don't believe her as any character she ever is. She always feels like somebody... Like she's Jodie Comer doing a voice and reciting lines. It just... I don't buy it.
I don't know. I thought she sold that shit at the end of her arc. Like, even though a lot of that was looks, which maybe plays to Mark's point there, but
I just think she hits the emotional beats in this really well. Like, she feels
Yeah,
like
I
his
agree.
mother. I think she's really good with, what is it, Alfie Williams?
I think he's
Yeah.
fantastic.
No, but I think they're good together. Like, you believe them as
they are.
mother and son. And I just... I agree with you sometimes with Jodie Comer. I don't agree with you on this particular performance.
I always get the feeling like she's very impressed with herself because she can do voices. And it's just
I mean, it is quite impressive, her range of accents that she can do.
That's fine, but it's like we get it you know, just stop now for a little bit.
So would you have preferred it to just not bothered and just been
No,
scared?
I just don't think every single role has to have a very specific accent.
If she's specifically supposed to be from...
That's fine, but she very much does a
she could have
specific
been-
accent.
They could have gotten away with her being Scouse.
Yeah.
Like her using a normal voice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It
I get it. But Bex, I mean, I get it. But yeah.
It's always, there's always a specific voice. Look at Bike Riders. She could have just done an American accent, but she chooses to do a quirky American accent, and
I mean, that was too much paprika on the sandwich.
Yeah, it's
What's
that.
Bike Riders?
She just needs to she needs to but and the problem is, it makes us feel like she's constantly just showing off a little bit, and it's just a bit like, yeah, but that's Jodie Comer doing a voice, not the character.
But I think it's quite an understated performance in this. I think.
Do you?
Yeah, for the most part. You know, there's the bits where she's like ill and she's doing all that bit, but for the most part, I think it's quite a sensitive portrayal of somebody with that kind of condition.
It's good towards the end. I think there's bits of it that just I didn't like. That I felt were a little bit. Partially because I think that the kid's really good. Like, the kid's really good.
He is really good, yeah. I feel like I've seen him in something and I just haven't.
Well, because you thought it was the kid from Adolescence, didn't you, at first?
Yeah.
It's not that. It's making me excited for the next one, because you've got whatever the fuck's going to happen with the Jack O'Connell one. And you know that Jack O'Connell, it's going to be something fucking mad, because that's what he kind of is drawn to.
No, it's Wuthering Heights that he's going to be in. I knew he was in
Is
something
it?
big that was coming up.
And I'm kind of into the whole idea of Aaron Taylor-Johnson would just going after his fucking kid.
I don't seem to really give a shit about his kid.
I don't know.
Not that much. Kicks him out of the house. Just don't really
He
care.
don't kick him out of the house.
The kid kicks him out.
The
of
kid
the house.
kicks him out of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just goes and leaves him to it.
I don't know. I feel like there's a he's not going there to protect him. He's pissed off with the kid as well. Like, I think there's that too. You know, like their last interaction that they had face to face.
With him saying...
It's him telling him to fuck off, and Aaron Taylor-Johnson punching the wall.
Yeah. Because he's fucking around on his mum. I thought you very much get the feeling with Aaron Taylor-Johnson's character that he's very much about the optics of things rather than the realities of things. And if his kid's making him look bad by leaving the island unauthorised...
But I don't buy that, because I think the interaction he has with the kid when they're just going out, he's not a dick to him.
It's not a dick to him, but it's very much like, do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, but then when the kid freezes, like, no, you've done fine. He's very fatherly to him.
Yeah.
He's not. He could have tuned out him and said, "You can't freeze like that. Out in this here, that'll get you killed. I had to save you." He's not like that. He's like, "No, you did fucking well. You did all right." You know, he's very protective of him, but it is very much like at the same time, I need to prepare you for this shit.
Yeah, true.
It doesn't feel... It's weird, though, because it doesn't feel like they're setting him up to be a hero.
No.
So it's like, what are they going to do with him? Because it could just as easily be he somehow finds him when he's with Jack O'Connell and he saves him from Jack O'Connell or something like that. Like, I don't think ATJ makes it out of these three films alive.
No, he doesn't. But also, as well, I don't think Aaron Taylor-Johnson... I don't think he comes to these films if he is just a hero figure. I think it's like, that's not interesting to me.
No, I mean, he had shit to play with here. I mean, you know, I'm not excusing it in the slightest, but him fucking about on the mum, she's probably been in a bad way for a while. They don't know what's up with her. It's a completely different world and situation that you'd have to deal with compared to if it were now. Like, she'd be probably diagnosed an awful lot quicker. She could have got treatment and whatnot. Whereas now she has been like bedridden and basically incoherent for maybe a while. and like it might well be that every, like, she's just locked in that room. Well, not locked, but shut up in that room, which is horrible. But there is he needs some companionship kind of perspective that there could be there.
I think they're doing
and
enough.
That's not said in the text, and it's something that they could explore. And that's the thing. Maybe that is drawn out. That it's like she's been like this for a year.
There's enough. I think there's enough in the film that can make it so
Becky,
that again.
If I'm being a cunt, tell me. By the way,
I think there's enough within the film that it makes you not go. Well, yeah, fair enough, but go. Do you know what? You can see a world where that isn't not the right option for him, but you can see a world where that is something that could happen. That's there. I think that there's definitely that. It's I relate to it. I think the Ralph Fiennes character is fascinating.
Really, really good. Yeah. Do you know what? I was completely on board with it up until that ending, and it has ruined it for me.
I don't watch it, but you like the rest of it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If I could take off the final 2 minutes of the movie, it'd be getting a definitely not shit without question. But I'm really conflicted. Because partly, no, do you know what? Judge the film in front of you, it's definitely not shit. What that makes me is incredibly fucking concerned for the next one.
You see, it makes me really excited for the next one.
You are an idiot though, so
but it's something different. If you had three movies that were basically just this and like that, you'd be looking at it going, so effectively, it's a little bit like the fucking Lord of the Rings movies, but zombies, where it's just a kid walking places. It needs something to spark it to make it interesting. Otherwise, by the time you get to the thing is, they've made this one and the other one, it's not quite at the same time, but back to back. So the other one's pretty much done. I think it's in post, right? And then they need this one to be successful
to make the third one.
To make the third one, right? But they need the second one to be interesting and good to get people to go and watch the third one. If it was just more of this, you'd be a bit like, so is the third one just going to be even more of this? I couldn't cope with 6 hours of this.
This, and I mean, 100%. I'm with you all the way on that. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here, though. So the net budget on this one was 60 million, and it did 60 million worldwide this weekend. So this film has not lost money.
No.
Now, the tricky thing here is going to be that it made slightly less than what they were expecting, and it's basically because the Friday to Saturday drop-off was higher than expected, which says, in conjunction with exit polls on the film, that people aren't into it. So the difficulty now is this weekend you've got F1 and Mafregan 2.0. You've got good competition coming out.
Yeah.
This is probably going to drop pretty badly because, the film and the ending are pretty divisive. And does it get to that point where it's like, yeah, cool, we'll green light the third one, when this second one is probably not going to open as well or do as well as this one. They're now at a point where it's like they've washed their face, but it could become a little bit of a situation.
I think that they'll look at it and go, we've got Cillian Murphy in the next one. And he's signed up to the third one, isn't he?
Yeah, apparently he's a small role in the next one, that he's basically the lead in the third one.
Yeah, it just get the feeling that you should maybe have got funding for all three.
Yeah, which, and the thing is, they shopped this around as well. And, they also bundled in, apparently, they basically got the rights to 28 Days Later after 20 years, which is why it hadn't been around like on digital platforms. And so they bundled in. You get the rights to the first two films, and these two. It just, can you imagine now if that second film ends in a bit of a what the fuck's going to happen now way, and then we don't get the third one. And there is a world where that happens.
There is, yeah. I do think we're going to end up with the third one. I just think they'll go. They'll go. If the budget for the third one needed to be anything above like 60, 70 million, I think that it wouldn't happen. But I think they will just chance it at 60. I think they've kept the budget at a passable chance.
Yeah.
I think we need an announcement that the third one's been greenlit in the next week. If we don't get that, I'm worried.
I think I think it'll get made, but I think we might be waiting for the announcement. I think it'll either be announced before the next one, when the next one comes out, or all of a sudden Cillian Murphy will be doing a real random film, and fucking Danny Boyle will be directing some fucking rom-com starring Katherine Heigl.
I think they'll take a punt on the third one because of the Cillian Murphy of it.
Yeah. I think if you didn't have the Cillian Murphy idea, I think it won't.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me if literally Boyle is having to ring a few people and go, look, will you be in this fucking movie? Because if I get you...
But who could they get? Like bring back? Who could they get?
No, not from like that. Those just from that Boyle or Murphy. No. I mean, I'm definitely
Al
not shit.
Pacino is the doctor who has the cure.
Yes. Yeah. The cure is called Hoo-yah!
Yeah.
Gotta take the Hoo-yah juice.
Oh, it could be the Who-Ah Doctor, couldn't it?
Yeah.
If Al Pacino offered me hoo-ha juice, I'd take it.
Yeah. I don't know, he's kind of craggy looking now.
Yeah, it'd be great, though, wouldn't it?
He's way past could get.
Yeah. He knows his hoo-ha juice.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I am, like I said, definitely not shit. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think definitely not shit, but tentatively. It's not a strong definitely not shit for me.
Fair. Our audience poll, definitely not shit. 83%, touching cloth 17%.
I'm actually surprised there's not a definitely not shit in there.
I definitely shit, you mean?
Sorry, that. Yes.
Yeah, I am a little
Right.
bit.
Half time. I need a wee.
No problem. Have a drink.
I'm glad you don't have a problem with it, because we could have had a problem if you had a problem. Oh dear. Hello.
Hello.
Okay. We are back. Guys.
Just waiting on Bex.
Oh, we are just waiting on Bex. I've got to say as well, actually, last week on 28 Years Later, while we are waiting on Bex, I thought the shot on iPhone thing was a mixed bag. There was some of it. Aerial shots, landscape shots looked great. There were some dialogue scenes, especially in low light, that looked rough as fuck.
Yeah, there was some. Yeah, there was some bits where you'd be like, "Ooh, that looks like the sort of photo I take in the dark."
Yeah, it was interesting. I thought the thing they did with like the arrow shots and then it kind of paused and then like whipped round the zombies. That was an odd touch.
A little bit. They're doing bits with it at least.
Yeah, they're making things visually interesting. A lot of people have compared it to kind of like video gamey kind of stuff, and I saw one person go, it's basically like when you do a move in Mortal Kombat and it does like an X-ray showing like what bone you just broke, and it's like, yeah, I can kind of see that.
A little bit, yeah. But fuck it, why not?
Yeah, interesting. It's just a lot of meat on the bone with that film.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it again, to be fair.
Are we on 28 years later still?
Yeah.
But we will move on. And guys, what have you been watching?
What have we been watching, Bex?
Have we watched anything together?
We've watched the 28 films, haven't we?
Yes. Yeah. Which I think we've touched on in the main review.
Yeah, what I will say there is 28 Days Later is fucking great. It is a really good film. It's longer than I remember, but it feels like a long enough film, but also it doesn't feel like it overstays its welcome. I wasn't like bored or anything like that in it, but I was like, oh, I completely forgot about this. I completely forgot about the Brendan Gleeson thread.
That's so fucking sad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It is. But
those fuckers were there the whole time.
What? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They could have just come out and just been like...
pricks like that. Got rid of him, didn't they?
Fucking rapey wankers.
Yes, they are rapey wankers.
I'd kind of got that whole section muddled up with that... What was that Malcolm McDowell film that you...
Doomsday.
I'd got it muddled up with that.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, I thought when they got there, he was part of that castle. Like, and the zombie that's chained up in, like, the yard... is mentally in that movie with Malcolm McDowell for me. So I've got it all muddled up. So
There's a similar bit in that.
And I thought that was 28 weeks later. I'd completely forgotten the plot of Weeks.
Right. Weeks. It's a bit shit. It's a bit shit. Like, Robert Carlyle, you're not a good dude, and you're a very angry zombie.
I mean, she should have just left that fucking kid, though. To be fair,
She probably should have just left the kid, yeah. But also as well, I mean, I get the feeling like he could have helped.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably. I do love, like, you can tell from her face, she fucking knows that she's a carrier.
Oh yeah, she fucking
and
knows.
It's like,
but
that is some sweet ass.
But then she's like, but she hasn't thought it through.
No.
She's like, I didn't think of that bit.
Yeah.
I fucked up and trained down, aren't I? Shit.
Do you think she can talk?
She does talk, doesn't she?
Yeah, she just talk.
Oh, okay, I misremembered it. I'm never going to watch that film ever again, so...
Do you know what,
You don't need to, because it's not very good.
Do you know what, watching those two,
Yeah.
that's what's missing from Years.
What?
Some eye fucking gouging with thumbs.
Yeah, but then,
It's in both of them too.
but in that one, it does feel a little bit like, yeah, well, I know we saw it in the one
Yeah,
we
it
watched
does.
like an hour ago.
But it's weird that it's both got.
Because we watched them back to back.
We did watch them back to back. That was a great Saturday night, to be
Yeah.
fair.
I'm surprised Rose Byrne went on to have a career after this movie.
She's not that bad, is it?
She's so bad.
Wow.
She's so bad.
Maybe she's just not very good in general, though, is she? She's not worse than usual.
No, I think she's quite a charismatic screen presence. She's fun in things. She's just sad in this.
You know those things like where you see like Instagram videos, or I'm guessing TikToks for you, where it's like, is it a fit or is she just skinny, or is it a fit or is she just pretty?
Yeah.
Right. It's a bit of that with Rose Byrne. Is she a good screen presence, or is she just?
Have you seen the movie Spy?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fucking really fun in that. It's nice to see young Imogen Poots in things. Nice Imogen Poots in anything.
Poots.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not very good. 28 weeks later,
It's not.
it's just not. It's like you can tell it's made by somebody else who isn't that great.
I do appreciate the gore though.
It's gory, but the problem is the big fuck scene where he gets with the helicopter there.
I
but
like
but
that.
the problem is it's done the same year in Planet Terror better.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And I'm fairly certain, Ian, you will know better than me on this. Didn't Danny Boyle not come back for it because he was directing Sunshine instead?
Yeah, it was too busy with Sunshine.
Yeah,
That's right.
He made the right decision.
It might have been better if he'd made it though.
No, but Sunshine's up. I would prefer to have shitty 28 weeks later and Sunshine than not have Sunshine and have a mildly better 28 weeks later.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, it's not very good. And we watched The Mummy together, didn't we?
Yes.
Yes.
It's the fucking Mummy.
It's The Mummy.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
It's like god tier shit for me. Like I will never not enjoy watching that movie.
Yeah, it's an incredibly entertaining, silly movie.
He's so good. Brendan Fraser's so good. It is a crime what happened to him. The fact that we've not got more Brendan Fraser filmography.
The fact that we didn't get 7 Mummy movies
Yeah.
of this quality.
I just more of him in anything. Like he's great in the Journey movies. Movies? It's only in one of them.
No, because he's in the first one, isn't he?
Oh, pet popping
yeah.
fucking cunt faces,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, The Mummy is just a great. It's a great time. Rachel Weisz is very adorable in it. You've got fucking Brendan Fraser doing like the best kind of Indiana Jones for that time. It's just a fucking banger. What have you watched, Bex? Solo? 'Cause I have 3.
I have 2.
I have 3 of varying degrees of silliness and quality.
Mine are kind of Mark level shit. So I watched the movie Sky High.
Which one's this? Sky High, the Kurt Russell movie. What? Why?
I don't know.
This is the sort of shit I watch.
I remember this being alright though.
Yeah, it's fun enough. It's
Isn't it Michael? What's his name?
Angarano.
Yeah. I like that guy.
He wants to get with Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and
Yeah.
she turns out to be a wrong un.
Yeah.
And there's a redhead girl who's into him.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's a weapon called the pacifier, which should have been called the baby maker, but it reduces your age. So the one that Mary Elizabeth Winstead plays is actually like the dad's, Kurt Russell's nemesis, but she got de-aged. So
Yeah,
she's-
it Patrick Warburton's voice as well.
I don't know.
I'm fairly certain it is.
Yeah, it's
I'm
really
enjoying this actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun though. And just like watching them all have their powers, but it's very much like a Nick movie special kind of quality.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I watched it at work on my lunch breaks. It was
Nice.
It was good. I only have half an hour lunch break, so I have to split them into more sections than that.
It's one of those movies that actually did quite well without anyone noticing.
I was watching it though, and it was like, it feels weird for Kurt Russell to have an on-screen wife that's not Goldie Hawn. Like, if that was made now, Goldie Hawn would 100% shoehorn herself into it.
Oh, it's Kelly Preston, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're superheroes, and then the kids, he's just, gets a coming of age tale where he finds his powers.
Fair.
They go to a school called Sky High. It's got
Of
an
course.
anti-gravity field. It's a hovering school. Yeah, as it would be.
Yep. Just your everyday
It's all normal things.
normal things.
It's all normal things. So I watched that because I think I got all in my feelings about something, and I just needed something stupid and aimed at children.
Fair.
And How to Train Your Dragon 2 wasn't on anything because that was my original plan.
Fair.
So yes, I watched Sky High, and then I watched a movie called Aqua Slash.
What?
Aqua Slash. Would you like me to read you the IMDb
Aqua
slash? Yeah.
Canadian horror.
Aqua slash.
Okay, right. This is a real fucking Mark one, apart from the gore, but thrills, chills, and screwball comedy meet tiny bikinis and gory dismemberment.
Wait, it's
in
a
this
comedy?
chlorine and blood-drenched murder mystery. No, it's not really a comedy.
Oh.
It's more of a kind of, when things intentionally have a bit of a B-movie vibe, so they're a bit amusing anyway, and there's tits.
There's tits. You should have led with that.
So basically. So this is a better description. To celebrate their graduation, the teenagers from Valley Hills High School have organised an 80s themed party in an old water park. Things grow gruesome when it turns out that a mysterious maniac has inserted giant razor blades into the water slides. The Wet Valley Water Park thus becomes the backdrop for a bloodbath, literally, and everyone is a suspect. So,
Mate, where is this held?
I watched it on Plex with many adverts. So many adverts.
Fuck me.
Yeah. So basically, right. So as part of this graduation weekend celebration, that's an annual thing for the graduating class. They have a race down these 3 water slides, and I don't really know how it's ranked. They don't really go into that very much. There's not really a rules description, but they race down these things, and they go down in teams, and they do it. What's it called? The water snake. So they have to all hold on to each other as they're going down, right? So they're teams of 3.
Yeah, of course.
But then in one of the 3 slides, somebody has put blades in an X across the slide.
X gonna give it to you.
X is definitely going to give it to her. And then, so as people go down, they just get chopped at the tits. But the man at the bottom, who his walkie-talkie stops working, so he can't tell the people at the top to stop sending people down. So the first group of 3 that goes down, for example, girl 1 just gets sliced to fuck. She just goes through the blades. But then girl number 2 has been slowed down enough by the impact of number 1 that she just gets her face mashed into a blade. So she just gets a big knife in her head. And number 3 behind her's alright because she's just behind her. But then the people come down from behind and push them through more. And then there's just body bits and blood flying around in the pool down at the bottom. It's really good. It's really grim. So yeah.
Fair.
That's about it. There's not really much plot beyond that. There's a lot of blah 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 blah. Teenagers fucking, the person that runs the park, he's fucking one of the students. His missus, she's fucking someone else. It's very kind of camp comedy kind of thing. And so it doesn't really, genuinely, the movie does not get started until it reveals these blades in the slide, and then it's just fucking gore for the next 20 minutes. Just people going on the slide and getting chopped up. I couldn't recommend it.
I'm not gonna watch it.
There is tits though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I just watched Ski Patrol 2. Ski Patrol 2. That's what
Does
it's
anyone
skiing.
get chopped up?
No, luckily.
That sounds boring. Oh, and then I didn't finish it, and I'm going to sort of talk about it next week, but I started watching Insidious, The Red Door at 4:30 this morning.
Fair.
Said that to my co-worker. I told Ben that I started watching Insidious, The Red Door, and he was like, isn't that a bit heavy for a morning? I was like, maybe.
Fair.
Yeah. So yeah, that will be next week's fare. But yeah, that's it. That's it for me.
Should I do mine?
Mm.
So I watched. I got the date for Happy Gilmore 2 wrong. I thought it came out on the 25th of June. It doesn't. It comes out on the 25th of July.
Okay.
So in preparation, I watched Happy Gilmore. Got a full month early. There's a lot of bits of Happy Gilmore that people will say, oh, well, you couldn't get away with that now. But I'm a little bit like, I reckon you probably could. Like, just wait. Like, there's an element of just wait. I also like the fact that clearly the golf community at the time were not a fan, and then of Happy Gilmore 2, they're going to be heavily in it. It's quite kind of like mocking of golf within this. But do you know what? It's funny. It is funny. It gets its shit done. There's a lot of great fucking jokes. Christopher McDonald gives a fucking great, performance as Shooter, and it's very, very silly. And I really quite enjoyed my time watching it again.
Yeah.
It's a film I've seen dozens of times, but I've not watched it in a good, I would say, 10, 15 years. Since I last watched it.
I don't remember it at all.
And it's fun. It's really quite fun.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it last year, I think, and it's.
I thought there'd be more in it that would make me go, ooh, that's not good.
No,
it's really.
It's pretty tame.
Yeah.
With in those regards, and it's got that thing that this and Billy Madison did, where just every now and then it's just a bit fucking odd.
Yeah.
As well, and it's like that. Little Nicky was like that for an entire film.
Yeah.
But aside from that, he never quite really did that again. And we talked about the trailer, the Happy Gilmore 2 trailer a couple weeks back, and I'm so wary of that film.
I look at Happy Gilmore and think, I just don't see how that trailer is going to be as good as this film. It's going to be as much as just much fun as Happy Gilmore is.
Because it's going to have the heartwarming stuff. It's going to have a couple of scenes of him shouting at people, but then it's going to have real golfers being shit on screen.
Yeah, real golfers being just really uncomfortable on screen, and also it's going to have just way too much of look at my crazy family in and around it.
Yeah,
and just no.
I hope I'm wrong, but yeah, Happy Gilmore. Just the fact it was like it was the first film where he was like the big star, and it just had that kind of low budget, let's make a movie kind of energy to it. And Happy Gilmore 2 is the larger budget, everybody likes it, everybody kind of wants to jump on it kind of thing. But Happy Gilmore's great.
And then I also rewatched Lawless, the John Hillcoat film that was written by Nick Cave, with Shia LaBeouf, Tom Hardy, Gary Oldman. It's a fucking good cast. Guy Pearce, Jessica Chastain, Mia Wasikowska. It's a good film. It gets fucking dark at points, but it's also got Shia LaBeouf before he kind of like decided that he was a bit bonkers. He's almost like the straight brother to Tom Hardy and Jason Clarke as these bootleggers. That there, it's there's a bit of weirdness that's like of what's kind of happened to John Hillcoat, because I mean he had a very sort of like proposition, The Road, and then this, and then I think he's done 999 since, and then nothing. I think he directed some episodes of some TV series, and it's like he was very much like one of like the filmmakers to look out for. There was like post Proposition The Road, there was like comparisons to like Peckinpah about the fact that he's just this really uncompromising filmmaker. And then, I quite enjoyed 999. And Lawless is good, but I feel like Lawless maybe should have been a bit better. I feel like there's maybe a 2.5 hour director's cut of Lawless that isn't basically showing you so much of Shia LaBeouf and Mia Wasikowska character. That is a much darker movie.
I mean, he's got 6 upcoming movies on IMDb.
Yeah, but that just means he mentioned one of them in an interview 7 years ago. But yeah, I still really enjoyed it, but you are watching it going, I feel like this should be better. If that makes sense. And then moving on to a movie that definitely should be better. Because it couldn't get worse. I rewatched Madam Web.
Why?
I remember being like the one of us that was the most alright with Madam Web.
It should.
Well, I gave it 3 out of 5 when we first watched it.
You gave it 3 out of 5?
When we first watched it last year.
You gave Madam Web 3 out of 5?
I did, yeah.
Mate, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I was wrong. It is utter garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so bad. Like, it's so bad. Like, I was watching going, what? Why did I give this 3 out of 5? I don't get it. I don't get what I was thinking.
You're an interesting guy.
It's so bad.
There's no so bad it's good about it either. It's incompetent.
It is
that film.
It is incompetent filmmaking, and S.J. Clarkson should and possibly never will ever make another movie.
Hey guys, it's Ian from the future here. So coming up, you'll hear that I thought my side of the recording had fucked up after the 28 years later review. So we then kind of like speed round some stuff, but then I've listened back to it and it looks like there was more. So there might be a little bit of repeat content in here, but like I say, it's a bit of speed round stuff. Apologies. Here we go. So we're back, and we just lost 25 minutes of recording, I think, because I'm an idiot. It was all my fault. So we're going to speed round some stuff here. Becky watched something on Plex. Aqua Slash.
Yeah, man. So I watched the movie Aqua Slash, which, hang on a second, it does bear reading the synopsis on IMDb, because up to a point it does sound like something that Mark would be really into, but then it takes a turn. So we've got thrills, chills, and screwball comedy meet tiny bikinis, Mark Nip, and then it goes gory dismemberment in this chlorine and blood drenched murder mystery. It's not really a murder mystery. That's imbuing it with more gravity than it has. So yeah,
I would watch that then. Would I then be disappointed when I watched it?
No, there's people in bikinis just getting chopped up by blades. So further synopsis. To celebrate their graduation, the teenagers from Valley Hills High School have organised an 80s themed party in an old water park. Things grow gruesome when it turns out that a mysterious maniac has inserted giant razor blades into the water slides. Just to interject on my own reading, those are in an X across a obviously circular cross section of water slide, so that there is no escape. So the Wet Valley Water Park thus becomes the backdrop for a bloodbath, literally, and everyone is a suspect. Nobody's suspected because they don't really put any thought into it, so that's just a lie. Yeah, there's a weird bit at the beginning where, when the water park opens, 2 people get murdered, like slasher style. That never comes back. But yeah, so basically you've got filler, students running around fucking each other, fucking the owners of the water park. It's all a bit sex comedy. And then
sounds great.
Then they have a race, basically an annual race for this annual graduation party, whereby 3 different teams go down 3 different water slides, and whoever gets to the bottom wins that heat, I guess. But one of them's got these blades in it.
Ah, motherfuckers.
So they send the first 3 teams down. Tits McGee at the front of one of the teams. She gets chopped in half across the tits. And her, like a V-neck kind of situation. Adrian Brody would be proud. That section of her flies off and goes down the rest of the water slide. There's lots of blood, but unfortunately the chap at the bottom, who is monitoring the people coming out, his walkie-talkie's broken. So the people at the top don't know what's going on at the bottom, so they keep sending more and more teams down. The weight from the people coming down keeps pushing the people that are already stuck on these blades, so more and more people just keep getting pushed through. Like an apple corer.
Yeah.
Quite similar to that.
Cool.
And then, bodies everywhere, blood, people vomiting.
Hilarity ensues.
Hilarity does ensue, actually, a little bit. It is quite funnily dealt with. It is a bit of a horror comedy kind of vibe, but it's good.
What else? Come on.
I watched Sky High, kids film, Kurt Russell. We're speed rounding, so I'm not going to say too much about it, but it's fun.
It's more fun than it
is actually. Yeah.
What else?
That's it for me.
So me and you watched the 28 days later, didn't we? And 28 weeks later.
We did.
Yeah, 28 days
later, great. 28 weeks later, not so much. Rose Byrne shouldn't have a career. That's what we decided, yes?
That's what I decided, and you went, that's a bit harsh.
Yeah.
But yeah, later's great. Later is shit.
Later's great, later is shit.
Yep. Agree with that.
Robert Carlyle, though, does make a good angry zombie.
He makes an incredibly angry zombie.
Angry.
Yeah, it's believable that's what it would be like if he was a zombie.
That's true, actually. He's very Scottish.
We watched The Mummy, didn't we?
We did watch The Mummy.
The Mummy's great. Brendan Fraser is just charisma.
What year did that come out?
1999.
That's bonkers. The sound effects for the face stuff, really good.
Terrible.
No, they're not. They're really good.
They're awful.
And the fact that it's really the bit where they branches a cat at him and he's just whoa, and then swirls away in a thing of sand is mint.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
I love that every time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
My speed round. I rewatched Happy Gilmore because I got the dates wrong for when Happy Gilmore 2 comes out. Happy Gilmore 2 will not be as good as Happy Gilmore. Fact. Everyone needs to get over it and just accept the fact that it will not be, and you will be disappointed and move on. I also rewatched Lawless. Lawless should be better than it is, but Lawless is still very, very good. It is just kind of let down by the fact that it has this weird kind of sub-YA plot that with Shia LaBeouf and Mia Wasikowska in it. And I also rewatched Madam Web. I gave Madam Web 3 out of 5 when we first watched it. I am a fucking idiot. It's an absolute piece of trash. It is appalling without any single redeeming feature. Ian.
I watched Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead, first time in a long time. Really holds up. Dialogue's brilliant. Looks like a movie. Great practical makeup effects. Just really, really works still. Do
you do that thing though when you rewatch Shaun of the Dead where about 10 minutes in you went, this is so much better than my brain remembers it being, and my brain remembers it being really good.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think that's spot on. Rewatched Mafregan in prep for Mafregan 2.0. Yeah, I like Mafregan. It maybe takes a little bit too long to get going, but I think there's enough there. Also, a bit more of just like how much of a bitchy little twat she is than I kind of remembered. I thought that was more the marketing, but she fucking gives some looks in this film. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Mafregan 2.0. Copycat, which is so prominent on Netflix. It's in the top 10 of Netflix at the moment.
Wild, isn't it?
It's magnificent. It's Copycat.
That's an interesting perspective. I think the fact that it's Sigourney Weaver and Holly Hunter heading it up is great. It came out the same year as 7, and it feels like 7 ate its lunch.
Yeah, which is pretty much what happened.
Yeah, but I think the concept's great. I love the scene at the start where Sigourney Weaver basically says, if you're a white male between 20 and 30, you've killed before and you will kill again. That's just a fantastic sequence. It's kind of weirdly unfocused though. Like, there's a bit where it's like they've gone, right, we need to kill off Dermot Mulroney because I don't know, like he's being the director doesn't like him or something. How are we going to do that? We'll just have a random bit where this Chinese guy just manages to get a gun in a police station and kill him.
Yeah, it is a little bit like he fell out with somebody.
It's got nothing to do with anything, and then he's just gone. It's just bizarre. But yeah, just really weird how inept the police are in it. But I think Copycat's all right. I enjoy Copycat. Don't get me wrong, but it's like Silence of the Lambs if you'd been awake for 5 days straight and then asked to, like, what happens in Silence of the Lambs.
That's weirdly accurate.
There you go. Holly Hunter's in it. Isn't it Jodie Foster? No, it's definitely Holly Hunter.
Yeah.
All right, fine. And last one, Elio. So I took Lottie to see the new Pixar yesterday. I really, really, really like this film. Just in terms of, if I was 10, it would basically be one of my favourite films ever.
Oh, nice.
Honestly, I feel like now that there's not much kid product coming out for a while, I would like to think the word of mouth on this is gonna give it a decent life at the box office. Pixar's lowest opening ever in the US, but I feel like the multiple could be quite strong because it's good. Very charming. It's just got a great thread about the kids. Just like, is there another life out there who I can meet so that I can meet someone who likes me and understands me, and like I just don't want to be lonely, and that's and it's about this kid not being lonely, and it's really, really lovely. Nice. And it's funny. There's a sequence in it which kind of actually felt like a pretty good homage to The Thing. And yeah, like I was actually really quite taken with it. Pixar, man, their original movies, they do all right. They do all right. So yeah, I hope for the best for Elio. I really enjoyed it. Lottie enjoyed it as well. A lot of talk after as well, which we didn't have quite so much with the film we reviewed last week. Just saying. Right, Twitter questions.
Oh, yeah.
Just very quickly, one thing I forgot to mention in 28 Years Later, one bit I really did quite like.
What?
when the baby is a thing and Rafe Fiennes just goes, basically, I'm paraphrasing here, but lol, placenta's, am I right? I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was quite good that they covered that.
Yeah.
The percent is strong. I did wonder about that. Oh, did you? All right, cool, fine, done.
Yeah. It's such a... Garland's just gone, oh, someone's going to ask about this. Placenta. Fuck it, there we go.
I mean, it is a filter, basically,
Yeah.
I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Filters outrage.
Yep. Andrew Jones asks us, which iconic Brit, real or fictional, survived Rage Virus the best, and how?
Hagrid from Harry Potter, because it doesn't touch him.
That's a good one.
Literal Cillian Murphy, because he would just give it a withering look. Like they'd be going towards him, after him, and he'd just give him that look that he does, that look, and they'd just go away.
Tilda Swinton, her consciousness would be above it all.
Katie Price, it just wouldn't think it's human.
Yeah.
It'd think
Wouldn't
that
be
it's-
able to find a membrane to get through.
It'd
no
look at it and
interest
go,
in Totem Pole.
oh my god, the Thing's tried to get on Love Island. Yeah. Fuck it. David Beckham, because it wouldn't pay enough for the brand.
Yeah. God, that Pepsi advert of his is shit.
The Pepsi advert at the cinema makes no sense. It makes no sense.
If you love it, it's not a waste. No one said it was, David.
No
What
one,
the fuck are you on
no,
about?
no one has a Pepsi and goes, oh my god, what did I just do?
What did I miss drinking that Pepsi? Probably nothing, it's just a can.
Just a fucking Pepsi, mate. You are overstating either A, the fucking regrettableness of Pepsi, and B, just how long it takes to Pepsi. Yeah.
Fucking shite, and he looks like wrong.
Well,
He's almost Jocelyn Wildenstein levels of wrong in his face now.
yeah. Dylan asks us, what is the most annoying spoiler you got for a film?
Ooh.
What is the most annoying spoiler I got for a film?
Yeah.
28 years later.
Oh, was that before you saw it?
Oh, mate, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I was pretty gutted to find out the Titanic sank.
That's not even funny. That is such an old, played-out joke, Foster.
I know. It's good, though.
I don't know if I've ever been badly spoiled on a film.
I have, but I'm trying to remember which one's the worst. The one that pissed me off the most.
It didn't piss me off, but one of my friends before I saw The Sixth Sense said that Bruce Willis is a goat. And I was like, what? And he was just like, oh, you misheard me. I was like, what do you mean? And he was just like, I'm not selling you. I was like, that's a really fucking weird, trolly thing to do.
I think that, like, Fight Club, somebody had told me.
Ah, that sucks.
But I still really enjoyed it. But somebody had told me that had read the book and went, oh, in the book, they're the same person. Like, well, the film's based on the book, you knobhead, so they're going to be the same person in the film. Like, oh, probably. And I'm just going, how do you think film adaptations work? I think I actually read the book before the film came out as well, didn't I? Just because I found that out. And then I was a little bit worried because the book's a bit shit.
Is it?
It's not as good as the film, though.
It is a real good film, though.
Yeah, that was probably mine. But that was our questions. I actually, like, yesterday, when... Fuck, what is it that we're reviewing next week? What's come out? So quickly had a look on Cineworld to see what was in cinemas from Friday. Was like, oh, fucking yes. It's that, isn't it?
It's Ian's time to shine.
Yeah.
It's Becky and Mark's turn to have a nap for an hour.
I'm looking forward to it. Right. Have you noticed, though, there's an awful lot of Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt on, like, the red carpet and together and bits like that. And Tom Cruise isn't, like, a producer or in it or anything like that. They've definitely got something coming up together.
I kind of just think he's doing Kaczynski and Bruckheimer a favour.
I mean, possibly, but it just won't surprise me if Brad Pitt turns up in Days of Thunder 2.
Yeah.
I mean, there could be that as well. Have him just be Sonny Hayes in it. Fuck it. F1 drivers and NASCAR drivers and shit.
That would be quite fun.
They transfer over. Like, make it a fucking universe.
Yeah.
It's not a good cinema week for Becky next week, actually.
Why?
Because F1, I am hoping I don't hate it, just really for Ian's sake. But because I think he'll never speak to me again. And Mathregan 2.0 just looks fucking shocking.
I like the look of Mathregan 2.0.
Bex, the thing is, I'm hoping I don't hate F1.
I think out of the three of us, the person who's most likely to be okay with F1 is me.
There's a chance. Like, I'm hopeful. It just the fact that there's a lot of tyre strategy chat in it. Like, I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm up for that. Fuck knows how that's gonna land to a non-F1 viewer, but I'm here for it.
I think Kaczynski can make it work.
Yeah, we'll see. Wednesday night, I'm really up for it. I would spend $23.99 on the collectible popcorn and drink cup if it wasn't so shit.
Yeah, it's some proper 1993 fucking got it at Blockbusters shit, that.
In the Mathregan one, quite good.
That's going to make him feel worse.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
About how bad the Odeon F1 one is.
Oh, is it really bad?
Bex, it is just a bucket shaped like a bucket with just like an F1 poster wrap around.
Oh.
Yeah. Like I say,
have it be a fucking helmet.
Yeah, it's like it's such an open goal.
I mean, Noel said on the boy chat, and I absolutely agree. It is 100%. We don't know how this is going to do. Just do the standard one.
Yeah. And then if we need to, we can just stick something else over it.
Honestly, right? I would legitimately pay £50 if it was a collectible. Right, Becky, is that real?
I believe so.
Oh yeah, Alamo exclusive. All right.
Fucking hell.
That ain't bad though. So, it's basically a Megan head where the left and right sides of her head above her nose split open to reveal the popcorn inside. Oh, but then there's another one as well. Harkins Theatres are doing one. Oh, that's not quite as good, where it's Megan with a new hairstyle head and then there's just popcorn in her back.
Yeah, it's not as good as the splitty open head one.
The splitty open head one is, like, insane.
Yes.
Wow. And then I've just got that with Mark's passport photo above it.
That's who he's trafficking next.
That's a child.
Yes, that's generally what gets trafficked, I believe.
Wow.
Okay. That'll do it for this week. So we got F1 and Megan 2.0 coming up next week. That's a thank you very much for listening, folks, from me. The Lockerbie Bombers assistant would also like to say thank you.
Thank you very much.
And Becky would also like to say thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
save
folks.
Save me from him. Save me.
Blink twice if you're in trouble. Blink, blink. And good night.
Bye.
Bye.